So next we're going to move on to documentation. This will be a bit more of show and tell, if that's okay. Where Tony and Jeromy, I'm going to pass it to you guys and just sort of walk us through your process and like what kind of documents you're keeping, what kind of documents you're submitting to insurance.
So yeah, I mean, when we walk up to a car, we're going to scan it. We're going to take some photos of it. We like to get all four corners. So we have some documentation of what this car looked like when it came in, specifically focusing on the damaged area. We're going to picture the mileage and the VIN. Then we're going to get the pre-scan. We like to do a pre-scan before clear and a pre-scan after clear to see what's really related to the accident, see what codes are hard faults, and assess those from there. When the car's coming back to us, well, I think even before like a pre-calibration check, by checking tire pressures and fuel weight, we really want to come back and touch that vehicle again after it's tore down to see if there's anything that we missed during the pre-scan process, to see if something got damaged under the bumper that we couldn't see if there's any wiring damages, things like that, see if there's extra structural damage that we couldn't notice. So coming back to the car and getting hands on it after teardown's a really important step in our process. Some manufacturers want alignment done after an accident, or at least checked. So getting it on the alignment rack and seeing what, if any calibrations or any alignment angles need to be adjusted or anything like that. And if those are adjusted, what calibrations are triggered because of it. Then digging into service information and supplying that documentation. We have direct access into the estimating software for our companies that we work for, and we're able to load those right in there, so there's no emails or anything lost in translation. From there, we're getting the calibration process and setup. We're including those documents. We're going to include photos of that, the setup, how far out our targets are, just an overall assessment so we can prove that we did it right. Some of the calibration equipment provides reports that tells us where exactly the targets are, so that's good information to include as well. Your post-scan report is a huge, very important, that we make sure that this car is getting returned back to the customer with no codes or any problems. And then finally, the invoice, what we did, what we're asking to get paid for, and yeah, just summarizing everything that we did.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Tony. Now, I failed to mention at the top, and it's a better question for the panelists. Maybe starting with Joel, it's what is the risk of a shop that isn't capturing all of this information? Like how could it bite them in the butt?
Well, I think first and foremost, if the documentation isn't substantiated as far as the insurance company is concerned, there's that immediate pushback, as far as, why did you do something? Why are you invoicing if we don't have documentation to justify why we did what we did? I think with that as well is being able to justify to your vehicle owner, the customer, of, doing what you were supposed to do in terms of, validating safety, throughout the repair process, obviously on post repair too, for doing calibrations and whatever else comes with that. So I think it gives, as a business owner, it can give you peace of mind that you've followed all the appropriate steps, provided that documentation to, not only the insurance company, but potentially to the vehicle owner as well. I think there's an opportunity to continue to educate vehicle owners as far as why things need to be done. They're buying the vehicles now with more ADAS functionality and safety systems. The demand is increasing for those systems to be on vehicles as they purchase those cars. It has to be part of that conversation as well during the repair process, as far as whether we're calibrating adaptive cruise controls or blind spots, and then being able to validate that information with documentation to help justify exactly why we're doing it and have those conversations with them.